idea why that happened. But anyway, so yeah, I'm waiting on the snowstorm. I'm excited. I love snowstorms. Um, of course, I don't have to go out and shovel it, so that's why I like snowstorms. Oh, all right. Well, I want to talk today about the things that we do. You know, what do you call them? The extremes that we go to in addiction. I know. I thought I had to have 1,000 subscribers before I went live. But anyway, I wanted to talk about that. I think a lot of times that in addiction, we start doing things. Who is like keep sending me messages? How do I shut notifications off? Can somebody tell me? Oh, he is so cute. Little Eli is adorable. Yeah, the no, on my laptop. Yeah, I used to judge uh addicts. I'd be like, anybody who would use while they're pregnant. Oh, that's just so horrible. Oh my gosh, how could anybody ever do that? How could you just, or anybody that sells their body for drugs? I mean, how could anybody do that? You know, just high on my horse, not knowing what I was freaking talking about. And what I learned is that we don't wake up one morning and say, "Oh, I think today I'm going to sell my ass for some crack," or, "Oh, I'm just going to use and put my baby at risk." And that's just what I choose to do today, you know? And, even my daughter, she used while pregnant for my grandson, Michael. And judged, I judged her. How dare you do that? That's so horrible. Um, and I've learned that nothing is off the table when it comes to addiction. You like, that I would never goes right out the window. Um, yeah, like my dog when Michael was born, he tested positive for marijuana and they sent CPS to her house. And they had called me actually. She had been released from the hospital and they called me to try to find out where she was because they needed to do some sort of investigation. But she had admitted to me that she had drank, that she had smoked crack. I had heard from very reliable sources that she was doing shooting meth while she was pregnant for him. And so, I have to say, like when I was having my children, I found I was pregnant for my second son, I had been doing cocaine prior to that. And come to find out, I had placental abruption for my second son, which is a huge symptom of cocaine use. A lot of people that do a lot of cocaine, they have their placentas will come loose more than anybody else. And I had that for both my son and Megan when I was pregnant for my daughter. I had to have a nurse come to the house every week because my placenta was starting to come loose. And, when I first found out I was pregnant for my son, I cried to the social worker at the hospital. I'm like, I did cocaine. I think there might be something wrong with him. It was way early in the pregnancy, but I still was afraid that it had some sort of effect. And at that time, I was able to just not do it. But like I'm gonna say, like, if I was pregnant during my opiate addiction, I don't know that I would be able to not do it. No, I don't think there's a choice. I think at some point the choice is taken from us. I think that Like I was saying in the live stream the other night, our our addiction becomes the number one thing in our life, including our babies. I know now that my addiction got to the point where I would have freaking used. Absolutely. I didn't have a choice. I had to use because my addiction was running the show. Hmm. I liken it to our addictions to possession. I mean, demon possession. I mean, I don't know that I necessarily believe in that, but that's kind of like what it is. I think the substance is like a demon, that we put into our bodies, and it just grows, and we feed it and we feed it, and it goes from this little tiny little demon, and we feed it, and it grows into this monstrosity that just takes over. And we have literally no choice. We have to use. Yes, it takes over your mind completely. It takes over your mind. It takes over your emotions. It takes over all um intellect. It takes over, it just takes over everything. Like all of you, there's any loyalty you had to your family, any um like you steal from your own mother, it just runs your life. At least it did mine. And that's why I say, like, I know that I would never sit here and say now that I wouldn't use while pregnant, or I would never, because I did, you know, listen, we used to have this fair that used to come to our town, Tioga County. Oh, I don't know if I should say it. Well, I'm gonna Tioga County Fair in my old town of Owego. And um, all the cars would be parked in this big field where the fair was. And I would go and I don't want to know if I want to say this. I don't know if I want to say this on, you know, public, but I used to steal from the cars. Um, and I didn't think a thing of it. Well, if you're stupid enough to leave your purse in the car, then God, then I'm obligated, as any good addict would be, to take your purse. You know, uh, I was entitled, you know. But here's the thing: we don't have a choice in our addiction, but we do have a choice to get clean. Like, that choice isn't taken from us. Um, if we're tired of living the life we're living, we do have a choice of whether we want to get help. I couldn't have. Oh, really? Walmart? Yeah. I always think about that too. I always think about, when I'm parking, are my doors locked? Are anything of value like under the seat? Because I don't want to be leaving whatever out for whoever to bust the window and get in it. And also, like, when I'm in the store and I see a lady with her purse in the cart, and it's open, and her wallet is sitting right there. Um, I have many times mentioned to women, your wallet is right there for anybody to take out. You might want to be careful. And they're always, oh, thank you. They're never, oh, help, mind your own business. They're never like that. Because, when you've been there, you can see these things. That would, I used to go into grocery stores and pretend I was shopping, looking for women who walked away from their cart and turned their back for a second so I could take their wallet. It was nothing but a thing for me. We hone these skills in our addiction. We become sly and sneaky. You can't turn your back on us like a rattlesnake. At least it did for me because I mean, I was deep, deep, deep in my addiction. Nothing was off the table at that point, you know? Yeah. So if we could spot it, we got it. And so, when I spot it, it's only because I got it. I have I'm an addict and I think like an addict. I, you know, nothing was off the table like I said. It was like and this is something I say about our who keeps oh my gosh, Nicole, you're going to have to call me at some point and tell me how I can shut notifications off. Um I when I first started in my addiction, okay, all right, talk to you later. Um, when I first started in my addiction, I thought, oh, I would never buy drugs from somebody. I would never buy pills from somebody. And that was nothing. But I swore I would never do it at that point. That was just horrible. How could anybody do that? Well, I started doing it. And then I was like, oh, but I would never snort pills. And then I did it. I would never do heroin, but I did it. And I'd be like, um, oh, it's lunch. Where do you live? It's lunchtime because it's like 2:40 here. Um, and so like I just kept lowering my bottom. You know, making excuses. Okay, well at least I snort heroin. Yeah, but at least I don't have a needle in my arm. You know. Oh, okay, I have a needle in my arm, but at least I'm not selling my ass for drugs. Oh my god, anybody that would do that? It's just so horrible. Mm. God, I wish I could sleep during the day. I'd be tired. I could be tired out and I cannot fall asleep during the day. It's so frustrating because I'm tired a lot. Now that I'm older, I'm tired a lot in the daytime and I just can't sleep. But anyway, and so I think some of the lowest things that I've done um, were in my bath salt days. I always talk about being a heroin addict, and that I am. But I went through a bath salt time that was it grabbed me. Like I would sit in my I had these glass doors for my closet, and I would go in like because I would be up at night because I was smoking bath salt. And so yeah, yeah, when you're a new mom, it's real important that you do that. I would go in my closet and I would shut the doors. And I'd have my little light in there, my little lamp, and a blanket to sit on. I made this little fort, this little, and I would go in my closet and I would smoke bath salt. And it like I didn't see what it was doing to me. I didn't see it. What are you crazy? You're in a closet with a lamp. Worried, and I lived right around the corner from a police station. And I used to think, oh, they're going to see my lights on at night. They're going to know that I'm smoking bath salt. They're going to know that So I would try to put these blankets up to the windows and just, you know, crazy off the hook, paranoid, tweaked out stuff. And I used to be like, I can't stand tweakers. I don't understand why, people tweak. I didn't see that I was like the tweaking queen, guys. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But like you know what I did? I mean, I started smoking bath salt with my daughter. I just shot. I can't remember if I turned her on to bath salt. I may have, because at that point in time, my addiction was off the chain. And so, it would have been nothing but a thing for me to say, oh, look what I found. I found this awesome stuff. And, I want to share it with you. Um, my brain was completely taken over by addiction. I could no longer think normally. Um, And so, there's a lot of people, parents who have addict children who don't understand, and they take it personally if their child steals from them or screams at them or whatever it is, and they take it personally, and they think that their child is just doing it because they hate them or whatever. It's not. They've lost the ability to control their actions. They've lost the ability to control their behaviors. And it's not personal. It's addiction. And I used to not buy into the addiction as a disease, and I'm not sure how I stand on the disease part, but I do know that one loses the ability to choose whether they use or not. I do know that only because I've been there. Yeah. Yeah, my father was an alcoholic, um, and, I have a I it runs in my family, at least on my dad's side. Not s well, I was born addicted to Valium, um, but, a lot of women back in the '60s were given Valium and, um, amphetamines, and because, that was just what they did back in the day. Addiction wasn't a huge thing. It wasn't a huge issue. So, people drank when they were pregnant, they and so, a lot of us in my age are, products of women using. And so, anyway, you know, the thing is and to not hold ourselves in shame for the things that we've done in our addictions, you know, because not to make excuses or to try to get out of the responsibility of it, but to understand that we weren't ourselves, not like I'm responsible for the things that I did, but I also know that it wasn't me. I'm not my addiction, like I am not that person that drugs made me. I am a kind, loving, generous, trustworthy. A couple weeks ago, I had to take the money home from my home group meeting because the ladies that usually take it wasn't there. And so it was like $42 or whatever. And I put an envelope and I had it in my room and I was thinking, wow, the fact that I can be trusted with the money to hold the money from my meeting is amazing. It's an amazing feeling to know that I'm a trustworthy person now. You know, um, I'm not those things I did. And so I think I'm probably gonna close down now, but because I didn't even think that I was gonna be able to go live. I thought, let's just, see. Here I am. So I'm gonna be doing it more often. And maybe we'll like have a time. I'll tell you, I'm going live at blah 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 tonight. And so hope you're all having a good day. Those of us who are on the East Coast, those of you, be safe. Get your stuff from the store early. Don't take put your back out, shovel in the snow. Take it easy. And ah, I'm glad. I'm glad, Kayla. He is so cute. I can't believe how much he looks like his dad. Holy. I don't know that I've ever seen a child look more like a parent than Eli. He is a clone of his dad. He's so cute. Boy, that he could never deny that kid, I can tell you. You don't need no paternity test there. I guarantee it. Oh gosh. All right. So I hope you guys all right. I hope you have a good day. Brightest blessings and God is blessed.